Hey, Thirsty Thursday friends, Transformers, welcome. I wanted to go over a few things really quickly, as quick as I can, for our booth selling season, which is upon us right now. Happy fall, by the way. Okay, so I wanted to go through these pretty quickly. There's lots of things that you could possibly consider, but the first and foremost thing is picking a booth. How do you pick? So, you want to consider the booth fee, how it's advertised, where it is and how long it is, and of course your own schedule. Don't forget that. Let's start there. Make sure you have time in your schedule to do something like this. Look at your schedule. If that booth initially meets that requirement of, yes, I can be there, then that's an obvious one. The second one is booth fee. I always look at the booth fee, one of the first things I do, and I say, can I lose that money? If you are okay losing that money completely and not making it back in commission, because there are booths that you are not going to make any sales, that's okay. That's kind of not what booths are meant for. So, common misconception there. So, just make sure you're okay with that. I usually go for very small booths that have a very low booth fee. Maybe it's a very limited amount of time. There are exceptions to that. There are some booths that I do now that are more pricey and or take more time, but I also split those with other consultants as well. Or I recruit people and I have them help me as well. So those are all options for you to when considering it. Make sure you ask about advertising, how they're advertising, how long they've been doing this booth, and what kind of demographics, what kind of people come to this event. That always plays a part. Also, in the South, we have to look at football schedules, which is really crazy to me, but we have to make sure that Auburn and Alabama either aren't playing or aren't playing at the exact time of the booth, and if they are, then we know that we're not going to have much sales at that time. It's crazy. So make sure you look at other extenuating circumstances as well. Now, what do you take to a booth? Did you know the Thrive Drive has an amazing list in the folder called Booths of all the things that you're going to need? Oh yeah. It looks like this, if I can get it. I have it on my clipboard. So it is a very, very detailed list, and it has things on here that you may or may not, sorry, I just ripped it, you may or may not have yet or will have, but this is a, like I said, pretty comprehensive list. We're going to go over a few of these things, not all of them. I'll let you read them on your own, but the Thrive Drive has a wealth of information. They have some signs on there that you can post and print. You can print out and post at your booth for sales or specials. But here's a couple things that I make sure never to leave home without. And I carry them in this bag. I have like a 31 tote, one of those big utility totes. I did have it embroidered a long time ago. We weren't allowed to say Usborne. But here's a few things that I make sure to take. So I have the Reed drape. It's a table drape. It's white, and I place that over my tablecloths, which are black. So this is just a piece of fabric that somebody sewed. I actually bought it off another consultant many, many years ago. You can also use black bed sheets. A good friend of mine does that, which I think is pretty awesome. And you could also buy a tablecloth from the home office. I think they're like 25 bucks. Those are a couple of options for tablecloths. Now, you may need to also bring your own tables and chairs and tent. Make sure you know all that information. When you do get your contract, I'll show you. This is one that I've just gotten from my son's preschool. And if you notice, okay, so it's filling it in, great, I have the time, I have the date, I have the booth price, and then underneath it says tables can be rented for $10 a piece. Well, I already have my own tables, and it's worth it for me to save that 10 bucks, so I just bring them with me. I have a foldable 6-foot table, and I have a regular 6-foot table. I buy them at Aldi's for like 40 bucks when they're on sale. Great deal. I also have a 2x4 table, which I just purchased recently, and I spent almost the same amount because it has telescoping legs, and I can put it up to counter height. I really like those. But they're smaller, and that's used for me to help cash people out. If you don't have all those things, don't feel like you have to buy any of this stuff. Borrow. You could also use a card table. Be creative. There's all kinds of things that you can do instead. So consider all of those things. And maybe that's what's going to hold you back from doing a booth, and that's okay. Having a booth in relation to all of your other business opportunities, home parties is still by far the easiest way that you're going to be able to make money and most consistent way, and a lot less time commitment. So definitely bulk up your schedule with parties. The booths are just those options maybe 1 or 2 per season. Check them out, see if you like them, and make sure they're very inexpensive. A couple other things in my bag that I make sure not to forget, which somebody's going to laugh right now because I always forget these, are stickers. These go on the back of the books. Anytime you have a book, by the way, anytime you sell it in a home party or a booth, and you sell those books, let me grab one. When you go to sell it, make sure you put your sticker. I put mine right over the websites that are already on that book. So that way, when they are looking up that book, maybe they want to buy some more, they see your information first. So I believe we have those in the Thrive Drive as well, but you can also message me and I can send you, or I could put this up, the sticker template. It's just an Avery template. I could put that up and you can put your own on there. I also take old catalogs, and when I do, I usually don't have those stickered yet. I only sticker them when I actually give them away, and I'll give away old catalogs, but I'll make sure to put one of my stickers on it where it says your consultant is. So those are very important. Also very important is money. So I take a cash box, and I'll show you mine is a Caboodles box. Who remembers Caboodles? So I take this, and in the top there's a tray, and I have all my money in here by bills, and I have coins in the back, and I use bookmarks to separate my bills so that I'm not fumbling through bills. Oops. Underneath this tray, I put all the big bills, and I also put my business cards, pens, my Square, that clear Visa, MasterCard, and Discover sign, something that my dad made for me, but you can, if you don't have those things, it's not a big deal, and half the time people don't even notice I have it. Sample books, also important. So the books that you use as demos, I call them, so my personal copies of the wind-up books and of There's a Mouse About the House, that's usually wrapped in plastic, or the wind-ups you don't really want to use, you just use your own as demos, and that way people can see them and see how they work. Anything that has musical components too, I always try to take a demo. Now, if you're not selling books, if you're just placing orders, you can certainly do that. You don't have to have inventory, so keep that in mind. When you are ordering, just make sure everybody knows it's a flat $6 shipping charge. Do not offer delivery. You will not deliver. Shake your head with me. Nope, no deliveries. When you're doing booths, make sure you just do order only, and they know that it's a flat $6 shipping charge. And you say it like this: hey, guess what? You know, you can order anything you want, and it's only $6. You can have it delivered anywhere. So we might think that that's expensive, but they don't when you say it like that, do they? So you can say it like that, and you can say, now be sure to order as much as you can so you can really take advantage. I mean, because $6, you can order 5 books or 1 book. It's your choice. So receipts, customer, like those order forms that we have, those are kind of important. I also take clipboards, and on the clipboard, I usually have a quarter-size sheet of information that they fill out, or a customer survey slip. The home office does offer those. They come in a pad like this, and it's just a pad of tear-offs that you can use. You can use those. I like that size. I think it's nice and small, and it's not intimidating. I also take some pens. It can be any kind of pens. I have a supply box in here. Here's my look into my supply box. I have old bookmarks that I'm getting rid of. I have tape. I have scissors. I have rubber bands. I have maybe some snacks for myself. I have glue for who knows what. But it's kind of just a supply box in case, because I'm out and about and I don't want to miss out. Some other things that make sure you have to have some bags, and could be any old thank you bags, or it can be Usborne bags. It's your choice. Make sure you wear comfortable clothes, comfortable tennis shoes, maybe an extra change of clothes. Sometimes I sweat right through mine. I do not dress up usually for booths. I have very comfortable clothing, comfortable shoes. I take a chair, but I hardly ever sit. Sometimes I don't take a chair, let's be honest. I don't like to sit behind my booth. It's always important to stand out in front of your booth or stand next to your booth. Have conversations with people and engage them. Cash, let's see, what else am I missing? There's business cards we talked about. Any specials that you have. you know, that you are giving away an extra book for anybody who books a party right then at that event. You can make up your own incentives, and we can discuss how you put those in an Order Pro to make them easy on you. That's pretty much it. So any questions that you have, please make sure to put that down below. And I hope you're having a great Thirsty Thursday, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.